Again.
Oh,
Hey y'all.
hey y'all.
It's
What's
Breezy
up?
T and
What's
Hugs.
going on?
We have not been on in a while. We've been running. Hey 40. How are you? Oh, you guys are back in your KW today, right? Yeah. I look a hot mess, but I feel better than I look, I think. It's been a rough week. Oh, good, good, good. Well, I'm happy for you guys. Congratulations. Yay. It has been very, very, very busy. I will say month because I think the last video I did was like a month ago. Um, since Hubs seems to be preoccupied.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
skip
I'm
go
looking. We gotta go in Brooklyn, and I'm just looking. What's the.
Brooklyn. We are in New York, and he is looking for the best way to get out because they have all of the bridges and stuff closed down or limited to high profile vehicles because it is extremely windy. Extremely windy. So, yeah. Anyway, sun is over here gleaming, which I am glad to see sun because I'm so sick of the snow. Oh my God, I'm sick of the snow. Okay, so let me catch you guys up as to what has been going on. I think the last one I did, we were in Portland at the time, and it was like the end of January, and I was going home because my mother was about to have a surgery, which she did not get to have because she aspirated. And they had to postpone the surgery because she caught pneumonia during the anesthesia. She aspirated and she ended up having pneumonia. After that, her asthma flared up. So we had to halt the surgery. So I would have to go back. They kept her. Are you done rattling bags?
Yeah.
Okay. So after that, she was in the hospital for a few days. And then I ended up flying back. So I posted on my Facebook about my flight back because the person who was supposed to take me to the airport, which I will leave nameless, I got to go back to orientation. We're in Phoenix doing orientation for owner operators. You guys be safe. Oh, you got to do another orientation. Oh my God, girl, you gonna be the queen of orientations pretty soon here. Well, you got to do what you got to do. Well, I completely understand that. But at least this time, when you do this orientation, you know you're going in your own stuff. So that is great. That is great. So this orientation will be completely different for you, a different feeling. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So get her done. Get her done. Get her done. Yes. But the person who was supposed to take me to the airport, when I was in Mississippi, of course, going to Mississippi, I fly into New Orleans. Because where my family is from in Mississippi, it's about 70 miles. Hi, Michelle and Michael. How was your Vegas trip? Um, it's about 70 miles north of New Orleans. And uh, takes about like an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes to get to the actual airport. So I told her I have to be at the airport no later than 10:30 because with my last name on a one-way ticket, I automatically get pulled for that extra screening. So,
Oh, yeah,
she,
Michael.
are you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm fine. We gotta go Sunrise Highway all the way. We gotta pass right by the JFK.
Oh,
We're
okay.
gonna be Kukulala.
Kukulala. Okay, okay, okay. So, at any rate, and buying the ticket like the day before, those tickets are expensive. You know what I mean? Oh, thanks. Hugs 49. Oh, Hugs 40. So, yeah. But it was, I was like, hey, you know what? I got this extra screening. I have to be there at 10:30. No later than 10:30. My ride shows up at 11 o'clock. We are an hour and a half from the airport. So there was no point in trying to make that flight. So I could not, with the ticket type of ticket that I bought a ticket that I couldn't make any changes to. So I had to buy another ticket. I was like, this is crazy. So I called. They was like, okay, well, we'll refund this one in 7 to 10 days. Okay, fine, because I got to get home. You know what I mean? So at any rate, purchase another ticket, get down there, um, delayed. Okay, cool, delayed. But I'm gonna miss my connecting flight, and I didn't realize that until like maybe 30 minutes later. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna miss the connecting flight. I'm not spending the night in DC because they were sending me all the way around the world to get back to Ohio. So I was like, okay, let's figure out what I gotta do. So I went. I was like, hey, you know what? This is the deal. I've already purchased 2 tickets today. I'm not buying another ticket. So they were like, all right, let's see what we can do. So they found another flight, put me on a different flight. I was like, all right. So I get back there, delayed. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Vegas was relaxing. Oh, well, great. I'm glad you guys had a great time in Vegas. And I'm glad you missed the snowstorm in Vegas. So that's awesome. Because I had friends that were going to Vegas this particular week. And they had to cancel their trips because they were like, first of all, the airport was closed. Secondly, it was snowing. So they were like, okay, you know what? Forget about it. We're just going to do it a different day. Sachi, here come the geese after you. Look. So I have to tell y'all the geese story later. Geese chase Hubs once, and he's afraid of them now. And there's some in this parking lot.
These are skinny. These are good.
They're skinny. Oh my God. But anyway, so yeah. So anyway, so that flight was delayed. Talking about a mechanical error. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I kind of figured you meant to say 40 instead of 49. Yeah. So I'm just like, okay. So the flight was delayed. So this is the third flight. Okay. So that flight is delayed. And I'm just like, am I ever going to get home? So, ended up, they were saying it was a mechanical error. Then they say it's a self-induced mechanical error, but I was getting these text messages that was saying it was too much flight traffic in the air. And I'm like, okay, well, who's lying here? What is going on? So anyway, we finally get on the plane like an hour and a half past the time that we were supposed to leave. So I kept saying, okay, am I going to get my connecting flight? And they were like, yeah, you're going to be okay. You're going to make your connecting flight. Y'all. So we get on the plane. We still didn't leave right then. It was still like another 45 minutes, okay? So then they decided they're going to give us like the free viewing for movies and all this kind of stuff or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we get, free drinks. We get free everything. So everything is free on the flight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, all right. Just Washington, it was snowing. Oh, tell me about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just been crazy weather everywhere. So, well, I'm glad you guys are safe. So it's just like, I get on so we leave, okay? And I get to Chicago and we're taxiing. We're stuck on the tarmac because we can't find a gate. I'm like, are you kidding me? I have 17 minutes. 17 minutes. We're taxiing and stuck on the tarmac. I got 17 minutes to get on the other flight. So luckily, because we couldn't find a gate, and when we did find one, it was only two. You leave them geese alone. Those geese are not bothering you. You're in the truck. They're not bothering you.
Yeah, it might be different.
Oh my goodness. So anyway, so we're like, right. So I got like 17 minutes. So I'm like, all right. So luckily with the change of gate, it was only 2 gates. It was in the same terminal and 2 gates away from the plane that I needed to get on. So I'm booking it, y'all. I'm like running, you know what I'm saying? And so I get down there, there's nobody. It's like desolate. There's like nobody down there but the one little lady. And she was like, Columbus. I was like, yeah. And so she was like, okay, you got your ticket. I was like, yeah. So I give her my stuff. And so I book it. I'm running down. I'm running down. I get on a plane. The guy's like, hey, where you been? I said, your airline held me up, dude. It was like, oh my God. Okay. So I get on the plane. Plane is basically empty because it's a late flight. So not only do I have like a whole row to myself, I got a whole freaking section to myself. I felt like I was on a private airline. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a private plane to myself. So I was like, all right, flight was horrible. Like when I got on, they closed the door. So, yeah. So I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Flight was horrible. It was windy. The turbulence was bad. You know, it was just crazy. So finally we landed in Columbus. I was like, okay, great. I'd already sent my ride home because I was like, I don't know what time I'm gonna get there. And so she was like, okay, well, just call me, what I'm saying, let me know. And I was like, no, just, leave the key where I can get it, because I didn't have a key to my house, what I'm saying. My best friend had a key, and she was like, okay, you know what? I'll just leave it where you can get it. And I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, I'll catch an Uber, what I'm saying? Y'all, I live 12 miles from the airport. Freaking Uber cost me $55. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I had to buy 2 tickets plus a freaking $55 fucking Uber. Excuse me. I was mad. I was pissed. You see, I'm still pissed about it. You know what I'm saying? All because somebody couldn't get me to the airport on time. On time. I was pissed. I was pissed. So y'all know, on that ride to the airport, I had to sit in that passenger seat like nothing was going on and just smile and play with Snapchat filters, because I would have said something. I was like, I was just playing with the Snapchat filters because I was pissed. And I'm just like, okay, then you want to talk to me? Don't talk to me. Then you want to call me? Don't call me. Don't talk to me? Don't call me. Because you don't cost me money. You know what I'm saying? You don't cost me money, aggravation. And y'all, I bought a pack of cigarettes. Y'all know I ain't smoked in a while. I bought a pack of freaking cigarettes. And then on top of that, it wasn't even Marlboro like I smoked. It was fucking Newports. I was mad. I was pissed. I was livid. You hear me? I was livid. I was livid. So anyway, and then the thing on cigarettes was $10. And then the freaking the lighter was $3, a little cheap lighter too. It was $3. I was like, are you kidding me? And then I was mad because I'm getting on the flight. I'm staying like cigarette smoke. You know what I'm saying? I was so mad. I was mad. Y'all, it was crazy. So finally I get home at like 1 o'clock. It's like 1:30. I get home. I'm mad because of the Uber. Then I couldn't find my bag. My bag beat me to the airport. It was in the little office because I went to file a claim. I was like, well, I'll just go get the bag in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And I go in there to get a little claim ticket or whatever. And the bag is just sitting there. I'm like, well, how did my bag beat me here? Y'all could have left me on the original flight that I was on. I would have got here earlier. Man, I was like livid. Yeah. I bet. Wait, I missed the other comment. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it. How do I, wait a minute, cancel live chat. How do I, okay, what'd you say? Uh, yeah. And then she didn't even freaking apologize. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, okay, and I still paid her for taking me to the airport because it's somebody's time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, okay. I was pissed. Oh yeah, I was livid. So I get home. And I get through the front door, you know what I'm saying, and I just drop. I was just like, you know what? It was so emotional. I already had a lot of stuff going on with my mom, you know what I'm saying, because most people, when they aspirate, they die, and I was already concerned about, you know what I'm saying, all of that, but I was grateful, we'll take pneumonia, you know what I'm saying, and so I'm just like, okay, so now we're just waiting on a new surgery date. So I was like, all right. So then I get home, I'm able to see a couple people, you know what I'm saying, I'm relaxing, so I'm home for like maybe like a week or so. A little bit less than a week or whatever. So Hubs comes through, he rolls through, he's like, all right. So it was his birthday. Valentine's Day is birthday, you know what I'm saying? So his birthday was the 13th and Valentine's Day is the 14th. So it's like, okay, so we had a nice time or whatever. It was great. We really enjoyed it. We needed the downtime or whatever. So then it was time to roll out, you know what I'm saying? So we roll out. And of course, you guys know we bought a new truck at the end of the year. We bought a new truck. We bought a 2019 Freightliner Cascadia. We're still, trying to figure out what we like about the truck, what we don't like about the truck. Every time we find out something that we don't like about the truck that we can have enhanced, we take it back to Freightliner. So we take it back to Freightliner and allow them to do like the computer enhancements, to when we find out it's, something that's not owner op spec, we take it back and be like, hey, we want this owner op spec. Can you do this? Can you do that? And it's like, yeah, it costs a little bit more, but it's okay. So the one thing that we really don't like about the truck, it has like this eco coast thing where it just automatically starts to coast. And we don't like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, oh my God, we hate that feature. So we're going to, Hubs wants to shut it off. The truck is opened up to 75. We had it capped at 75 for me because he says I'm heavy foot, but we run west a lot. He wants to open it up to what? 85. And so I'm just like, I don't know. But, so we're going to see. But that's the only thing. I do not like the Jake brake on this truck because it sounds like a sick dryer. Like a dryer going bad, I don't know, it just sounds sick. I'm used to, like, you know what I'm saying? Those shirts where it says Jake me baby? You know what I'm saying? That's like my favorite thing. Will the rest of your day and night be peaceful? Yes, yes, yes. Because it is crazy. But there is more. There is more. We ain't got to the good stuff yet. But I'm just like, okay. So, but I just cannot stand the Jake brake on this truck. I like a Jake that when I hit that Jake brake, you hear it. I want it to go do 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 do. You know what I'm saying? This thing go. I just cannot stand it. I hate the Jake brake on this truck. Thank you. I hate the Jake brake on this truck. I just those are the two things that I don't like. That eco coast thing that it automatically shuts on. You have no control over it, and the Jake brake. Those are the two things that I don't like about the truck. Other than that, it's pretty cool. I love the space. I love the ride. It's very, very comfortable. Panda and I are getting along very, very well. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling it. But other than that, I'm a KW lover. So I got to get used to this Freightliner. But anyway, so then we move on. So we're rolling. We go to Portland, back to Portland. So we would get to Portland, and for some reason, I'm not feeling well. So we get to Portland. I'm trying to get a shower, and it just didn't go so well. I pass out, and Hubs end up calling the squad for me because I don't know what happened. It's like my energy levels were down. I had been running a fever for a couple of days. Um, and I don't know what was going on, and I freaking passed out. And so he ended up having to call the squad. So squad comes out, and of course I'm just like, oh, I'm feeling great, I'm fine. And they're looking at me like, woman, are you kidding me? I was just like, girl, your eyes are rolling back of your head, you know what I'm saying, blah blah blah. And so he's like, no, Brie, this is not a good thing, we got to figure out what is going on with you, blah blah. But it's just that I had eaten poorly the day before. I've been running a fever for a few days, and like that day I hadn't eaten anything at all, and it was like 6 o'clock in the evening. Okay. And so it was just really, really like a bad combination of the past of the few days, leading up to that. And I just, my body just was just done, just done for. And so I convinced them that I did not want to go to the hospital, because I was like, I do not want to be stuck in the hospital up here in Portland. So I feel like if I can just eat something and get to my truck and just relax, you know what I'm saying, I'll be fine. And I am, I'm okay. So I'm just like, all right. But Hubs freaked out. I mean, they brought like a freaking ladder truck. There was like 7 of them. And I was like, oh my God. Yes, 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 yes. Love the Jake. Love the Jake. Yes. So I'm just like, okay, so I was feeling okay. So then after that, you know what I'm saying, we get rolling, we're going back. So we're coming to New York. Y'all. So there was a storm that was coming this way. And there was a storm in Iowa and Nebraska, so that area. So then Friday night, we were coming through, and everything was like iced over. It was like really, really icy. So we were like, okay, it's not spraying anymore. We need to stop. We need to be, oh, wait. So y'all see I'm not wearing a ring. Okay. So on the way to Portland, I was, I was feeling bad. I was sick and everything. We stopped in Missouri, and I've been dropping some pounds. I've been losing some weight, and my ring finger has, your fingers get smaller. And so I went to the bathroom, and I heard it go clink, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute, y'all. I went chasing. It's an auto flush toilet. My freaking ring down the toilet, down the freaking toilet. I was just sick about it. That might have been why I passed out. I was sick about it, y'all. My freaking ring down the toilet. Down the toilet. I do have my original wedding ring, but this was my 10-year. This was the one that I waited for. You know what I'm saying? The 10-year ring. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, ring went down the toilet. Like what was that cartoon? Water go down the hole. Water go down the hole. Well, my ring went down the hole. Yeah. And I'm still sick about it. Just freaking sick. I'm just like, oh my God, can I claim it on the insurance? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it is insured, but I don't know if it's covered by going down the toilet. I don't know if that's covered. I gotta look at the papers and see. But anyway, so that happened. Okay, so then Friday night, we're coming back, and like I said, everything is icing over. So we decide, okay, well, we're gonna stop. Well, there was a rest area, and there was a truck in front of us, and he decides, okay, now, this rest area had like a huge on ramp where it was like an incline, a huge incline. So the truck in front of us decides that he's going to creep up the icy incline. Well, in doing that, we had to slow down and lose our momentum. And we had, how much weight did we have
There.
on the back? How much weight did
On
we
the way
have?
back?
No, on the when we were going up the ramp for that incline that we
Oh,
couldn't get up.
40,000.
We had like 40,000 pounds. And so we were going up, and he decided that this guy in front of us decided that he's going to creep it up. So we had to slow down, lost our momentum, started sliding. So we started sliding backwards. Trailer going one way, tractor going another way. I'm just like, oh, thank you. I'm just like, oh my God. So Hubs is like, hey, babe, we're sliding. I was like, no shit. I was like, oh my God. I said, okay. And so he said, we're going to have to go back. We're going to have to back and try it again. So we never could really get the momentum, the speed to get up the on ramp. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, well, we're going to have to get back on the highway and, try it again. Because we went back and forth like 2 or 3 times and just couldn't get it. And the trailer was sliding, you know what I'm saying? And then he was like, okay, I got it. So finally, we get back on the highway, and we go to another, it's like totally icy, not safe to be on the road. So we're just looking for a safe haven to pull over. So we pull over on this ramp, and there is really like no shoulder there. So we're like, okay, so we're going to go and get back on because there's a truck stop like 10 miles down the road. So we're like, okay, we can do this. We go to turn, truck starts to jackknife. He catches it. So he's like, okay, so we get back on the on ramp, but there's a huge curve. And it is ice. It is pure ice. Nothing but ice. So the truck starts to slide again. And it goes into another jackknife. And so he's just like, whoa. So he gets it out of that. Y'all, it's like this huge bluff on my side. No rail, no nothing. Just a huge bluff, just full of snow. Just a bluff, like a straight drop. And I'm just like, oh my God, okay. And so he straightens up the truck, and then he looks at me, and he says, he remains extremely calm. And he says, I have done all that I can do. I am on the brake, and the truck is still sliding. That's it. And I'm looking at him like, okay. Y'all, my whole life flashed before my eyes, because you see this window? I'm grabbing this. I'm holding on to the bar. I'm like, oh my God. My whole life flashed before my eyes, because I'm like, this window is going to break. I am going over. We are heavy. You know what I'm saying? We slide this way. This window is going to break. I'm going down. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just like, oh my God. And he remained so calm. He was just like calm, never raised his voice, never changed his tone, never made any sudden movements. And I'm looking at him like, what am I going to do? So I didn't want to freak out because I was freaking out. But I didn't want to make any like huge noises or anything like that, because I was like, then I'm going to freak him out, and then he's really going to freak out. You know what I mean? So by the grace of God, for some reason, the truck just started sliding all the way across. And I was just like, okay, we're going over. And it stopped right at the tip of the embankment. The truck just stopped. Like, the tires on my side caught a little bit of the grass, and y'all, it just stopped. I was like, oh, thank you. He said, okay, that's it. We ain't going nowhere. I was like, all right, great, cool, fine. We ended up having to call the police because the trailer was like across the ramp. Yeah. Oh, we love you guys too. Safe travels to you too. So yeah, it was just like, oh my God. I was like, this is crazy. So we ended up calling the police. The sheriff came out, and he was like, okay, do you guys need anything? He said they're going to come and ice this. They're going to come and salt this, by morning. And he said, if you need a tow, Now, this is Friday night. He said, if you need a tow, the tow probably is not going to come until Sunday. And Hubs was like, no, I think I can drive this out if I get, traction. Because it wasn't like we were off in the embankment. We were like right at the edge of it. And so I'm freaking out like, okay, if the wind come through, we going to blow over. You know what I'm saying? He's like, no, bro, we too heavy. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. And so I'm just like, okay, well, if another car or another truck try to come through here, they're going to run into us and we're going to push us over. He said, we're going to be okay. Don't worry about it. So they were like, okay, we're going to put up some signs where, you know what I'm saying, this is icy, you know what I'm saying, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Y'all, it wasn't like 5 minutes later, other trucks start coming off the ramp. So we get on the CB trying to tell people don't come down here because it's so icy and you can't park over there because there's nowhere to park. You know what I mean? And you can't get past us because we're blocking the ramp. So the good thing about the sheriff, they asked us if we needed fuel or food and water. You know what I'm saying? We were like, no, we're good. We had food. We had, fuel. We had all that stuff. So it's like, okay. So then a car comes through, runs off the road. Another truck comes through. He stops on that side. XPO comes through, doubles. They stop on that side. Swift comes through. He stops because he's trying to see, and they're creeping down because it's so icy. So then a cattle truck decides he's going to come on down. He going to creep on down, try to see, what's going on. So he thinks he can get by us. And we're getting on the CB, and I'm like, dude. He's like, no, he's not coming. And I said, oh, yeah, he's behind us. He's coming. He's trying to come by us. So look up, and there he comes. And Sasha's like, oh, shit. Hubs is like, oh, my God. He's like, I know he's not going to try and come by us. I'm like, oh, yeah, he's coming. So he goes up. He does get his tires on, like, the side, on the left, the snow on the left. And so he's going. He's like, well, that's what I was trying to do, but I couldn't get the truck up there. And so I was like, okay. And so I'm like, oh, my God. Y'all, as soon as his tail got past us, dude just lost it. He just started sliding. He was in a Coronado, but he was empty. The cattle truck was empty. And down in the embankment he went. But we were blocking the steepest part of the embankment. So he went down in like a lower part, but it was still steep. You know what I'm saying? But he was able to straighten it up. He straightened the wheels up and drove it straight down in. So he didn't jackknife or anything. So he did the right thing. He was a young driver. So Sasha ran down to check on him to see if he was okay. And he and his co-driver, they were fine. They were okay. But it was like the scariest thing to see. And I was literally like freaking out because that was the thing I was worried about. So I called 911 again and I was like, hey, you know what? Are y'all going to come and put some signs? And they was like, well, it don't work like that. And I was like, what do you mean it doesn't work like that? There have been like 3 accidents on this exit within 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? They were like, we can't stop people from driving. We've put alerts out. We've told them, that the road conditions are not great for driving. You know what I'm saying? To stay off the roads, this or that, but we can't close it down. We can't close the exit down. We can't do this. We can't do that. And I'm just like, well, can't you put up like a warning sign? Because they never did put that sign up, So I'm just like, okay, so needless to say, I didn't really get any sleep because I was scared that the truck was going to tip over. Yes, he did a great job. He really did. And I was so just proud of him because he never freaked out. I'm talking like, this dude was so freaking calm. It was scary. Like it was scary. He was just that calm. Like, what was going through your head, babe? Like, you wipe right over there, but okay, there you go. What was going through your head?
Oh, I told you already.
Well, tell me.
I was trying to think, how am I going to grab you so you don't hit with the head on the window? And I was watching for the other people if they're going to come and get hurt. I don't want to hurt nobody. I'm not give a shit about truck.
Yeah. So I'm just like, okay. So he was trying to find a way to save his precious wife. Isn't that lovely? But I'm just like, oh my God. So, but I have a question for you though. Why did you not freak out? Like, just as a driver, why did you not freak out?
Because it happens 2 or 3 times every winter, last 20 winters.
So what keeps you calm?
I don't know.
Like, I'm seriously asking you, for the benefit of me and other drivers. Like,
But you gotta think what you're gonna do. You gotta think about your next steps. When you see that you're done, you gotta think what you can save. Fuck the load, fuck the truck. If you got people with you in truck, you gotta worry how you're gonna save them and worry about the people on the road. You don't want to kill nobody. That's the main thing. That's the goal in this job, to drive for so long and don't hurt anybody. That's the
okay, so okay, so I don't know if you guys can see him because of the bright, the sun, but um, a couple of about 3 years. Has it been 3 years yet?
and
It's
yeah, it was 3 years.
3 years in January. Hubs was in Montana his dream truck, his W9, and the wind was really really high, and he flipped it. It was just past Big Timber, and he flipped it. Okay, he laid it down. The wind literally picked him up and laid it down. So he was on the phone with his friend because I refused to talk to him because he was like, ooh, the wind is high. I was like, get off the phone with me. When you get through it, call me. Okay. And so he was on the phone with his friend and he said, you know what? He said, the wind is picking me up. I'm going down. And his friend was like, I don't believe you because you're so calm. Well, he heard all the rumble, 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 and he was like, "Hey, dude, are you okay?" But he wasn't saying anything. You know what I'm saying?
When everything stopped,
And
I said shit. I said he's done.
yeah, and when everything stopped, he said, "Shit is done." Okay, so what was going through your head when that was happening?
That little 16-foot truck on my right hand side, I was wondering where he is because he was flipping on his side, and if he did not stay behind me, I would kill both of them in there. So
Can you like move
I
like
really want to
this
move.
way? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't freak out with that. You didn't freak out when the truck caught fire. It's just I've never seen you freak out. Like,
That's something I don't want to talk on here about.
yeah, we
They
don't we
they
don't
they
like to talk about the truck
they train
catching fire.
they train you about it when you go in the military to become when it's fucking a lot of pressure on you.
Okay, so Hus was in the military
But
and
that's why you
he remains
afterwards.
calm with things, but I don't. I mean, I just
You were perfectly fine. I thought you were gonna have a heart attack. I really did. I was scared for you more than for anything else because I know you. Shit, I said she's gonna have a heart attack because, and I could not tell you like, oh, everything's fine, and I knew that nothing fine because the truck's supposed to be stopped and it's supposed to be going towards the left, but it's sliding to the right. So, well, I gotta tell you what's going on. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, shit.
yeah.
As long as you don't hurt nobody, that's a goal. Fuck the truck, insurances and all that shit. It will cover plastic and the metal. Fuck it. But human lives, that's something that I would not be able to live with.
Yeah.
That's something that I would not. I would not.
Yeah. So I just, I don't know. I can just
But you guys, I don't know. Uh, Everybody uses his own judgment talking about trucking, but I got a little bit of experience. But the best thing is just stop and call broker or call your dispatch or whatever, and that's the best thing. I'm telling you to all of you that that's the best thing to do it because it's not worth it. It's not. Maybe I don't freak out right away, but 2 hours after that, my lungs are gonna like I thought they're gonna jump out of my chest because what it could happen.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it just like because if you don't freak out at the moment and you don't freak out later, then that means something wrong here. And if it's something wrong here, then you shouldn't be driving.
Yeah, but so I'm extremely grateful that everything is fine. That we were able to pull through that. Um,
Looks like
every
empty.
time we're empty.
Looks like.
Okay,
I'm gonna go check
they
it out.
come out and bring the
I know.
papers.
I'd like to go inside because we got
Well,
two
go
hours.
ahead.
I don't feel like it. Fucking
Oh
them,
my
them
goodness.
geese are right there. Look at them.
He ain't scared of the geese. Okay, so y'all, let me tell you the story about the geese. Okay, so Hubs was in
Procter and Gamble.
Procter and Gamble.
Oh, they're by St. Louis.
And by St. Louis, okay?
And I dropped
And
the trailer.
he dropped the trailer.
Went to sleep.
Go ahead. Went to sleep.
Went to sleep. They called me saying I'm done. Well, I got back. I hook up the trailer. I went to take the picture of the seal so I can give it to the security guard. Well, shit, I just heard something hissing at me. I said, what the hell? People, when I saw that geese running, charging towards me, I kicked it and she flew back. And I turned around, started running towards my truck. That thing turned around, opened up her wings, and started charging again towards me. I said, shit. No, I don't like no that motherfucker.
But the problem was she had babies. And
I did not care about her baby.
but she thought maybe, you know what I'm saying, he was going to do something to her babies. That was the thing. But she was literally chasing his ass. That shit was hilarious. I'm
No,
like, oh my
there's
God.
nothing hilarious in
It
there.
was funny. It was really, really
I don't know
funny.
what do you see funny in there?
I'm like, oh my God. And he was scared. He was scared to death. That was hilarious. So now every time he sees these geese or whatever they're called, he literally is like, I'm not going in there. Can you go? I'm like, no. You have to get over your fear. Your fears of the geese. The geese are not going to bother you. I'm like, they all have no babies.
These are ducks right there, but them
Ducks?
motherfuckers, these
They
are,
all look alike.
well,
I don't
these
know what they-
motherfuckers are, that's
Dude,
what
why
chase
you
me.
gotta say that word?
Yeah, I got
That
to.
word and the GD word I don't like.
Oh,
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at it, look at it, look.
They're not
taking
bothering
over.
anybody.
They're taking over, girl.
Oh my God. All right, y'all. Well, we are gonna hopefully be unloaded completely in just a little bit. Truck is not rocking anymore, so seemingly they're done. But they normally bring out your paperwork here because we've been here before, and they normally bring them to the truck. So I think they bring them to the truck. Now that I think about it,
When you finish, go check it out.
I don't know. I'm not going in there. I'm not going by the geese. They're right here.
They're knocking.
Oh, okay, they're knocking. All right, y'all. Well, it's my drive time, so I'm gonna hop over in the seat and get us out of New York, because I have a little more patience to deal with the traffic than he does. So I will deal with that. And the wind seemingly is calming down. If you're out this way, be careful with the wind. It's a beautiful day. There's no snow. It's a beautiful day. But the wind is just freaking high, man. And they've closed some of the bridges to high profile vehicles, especially if you're empty. You know, but yeah. So the good thing is out on the East Coast, I can get my Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? So I already have one. So yeah, I got that. And we are headed to get loaded to head down to Tennessee, and then back to Portland we go. So we got that run secured for a few weeks or a few months. I think it was like a 3-month deal or something like that. But anyway, so we'll be doing that. But y'all, I'm so sick of the snow. Be careful in the snow. Be careful in the rain. Be careful in the sunshine. You know, grab somebody, tell them you love them. Be the smart driver. You know, I know we get pissed off sometimes, because I watched Hubs this morning get pissed off, and I said, you know, and this lady, she really did something really, really stupid, and then he reacted to what she did, and I was like, yo, wait, somebody has to be the smart driver here, you know what I'm saying? And she's not gonna do it, because, you know, we truckers, we always get screwed in the end, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, somebody has to be the smart driver here. And he was like, you always have patience, you know, blah blah. But ironically, I have more patience in the truck than I do in my car, because when I'm at home in my personal vehicles, I am road raging like a mug. And I don't know why that is. I have no idea why that is. But anyway, I just wanted to pop on and say hello, because we hadn't been on in a while. Sending prayers out to my closest friends out there in trucker land. You know who you are. Love you. Will always keep you in my prayers or what have you. Sending love to everybody out there. A little bit of me, a little bit of me, because even though I feel like crap, y'all, I still try to spread a little happiness. And let me tell y'all something else that I've been doing. People been trying me because, just trying me. I don't even want to get into it. People, just random people just to try me. And I'm generally all smiles and happy, this and that. So y'all know that little, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do. Yeah, that. So when people start pissing me off, I just look at them, and depending on the magnitude of how they've pissed me off, I start with baby, mommy, daddy, grandma, papa, whatever, and I just start singing the little Baby Shark song, and they just be looking at me like, and I'm like, yeah. So yeah, so I should be like, oh my God, be like, don't do it, Bree, don't do it, because I'll say some stuff, but people try to take you there, and I was just like, no, y'all not ruining my day, so let's sing the shark song, and I'll be stuck in their head all day. So there you go, there you go. Now you're gonna have to think about me all day because you're gonna be singing that song all day. Yes, payback. Yes, yes, yes. All right, people. Y'all be careful out there. It's Breezy T and Hubs, but he just stepped out. And Panda. Yay. Y'all, Panda kind of dirty. How do you keep a white truck clean? Like, you know, I don't know. It just, I don't know. Like, as soon as we wash it, it's like it get dirty. You know what I'm saying? I don't like white vehicles. I don't like the color of this truck. I don't. But it is what it is. So we did some little enhancements to the, little cosmetic thing or whatever. But the wheels be shiny, but I just don't think it like shines like Blue and Bella and like the rest of them, like Big Boy, and I just don't think it shines, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't like a white vehicle. Maybe I just don't like. I don't know. I don't. I'm still getting used to Panda. That's okay. We gonna make it work. We gonna make it work. All right,